Okay, today we're going to look at the volume of pyramids, and I'm just going to simply show you how to work out the volume of a pyramid. Firstly, what is a pyramid? Well, a pyramid is any flat shape that ends in a point. Okay, and we describe its uniqueness by describing what the flat base is. So in this case it could be a square, so this would be a square based pyramid. And to work out the volume of a pyramid, we need to know the formula. And the formula is really interesting because it's base times perpendicular height, okay, which would be for a cuboid, but it's a third of a cuboid. So it's a third base times height. So that's simply how you work out the volume of a pyramid with the formula. So let's look at an example here and see what challenges we may find with this. So if this is a square base, let's call this base 10 and 10 because it's a square. I now need to know the perpendicular height, which will be this height along here. So let's imagine that height is, say, 12. How do I work out the volume of this? Well, I simply put it in the formula. A third times the base, which is going to be 10 times 10, times the height. So that's going to be 100 times 12 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the volume is going to be 400. Let's say this is meters. Now that's all well and good. But what happens if you don't know the perpendicular height? Well, in that case, if you don't know the perpendicular height, so let's have another square base pyramid. Square base ones are really good ones to sort of get your head around. So here we go. We don't know this perpendicular height, but we might know what we call the slant height. Okay, so the slant height would be that slant height there. So we might know that, and if this was a square, and let's call this square, I don't know, let's call that 6. So we've got a square of 6, and let's say this slant height is 5, then can I work out what the perpendicular height is? Well, you can see inside here we have a right angled triangle. So if I was to do that, you can see that I've got a right angled triangle. Let's draw that out. Slant height is 5, and this is going to be half the distance, so that's 3. So immediately I remember, that is my 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triple, isn't it? So I can tell the perpendicular height here is going to be 4 because of my knowledge of Pythagorean triples. 3 squared, 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. 3 squared is 9. 25 take away 9 is 16. So this area would be 16. Square root of 16, 4. Boom. So now I just fill in my formula. A third times the base times my perpendicular height, 4. Now obviously this is a bit more complicated. 6 squared is 36. So a third of 36 is 12. 12 fours are 48. And that's how you work out the volume of a pyramid, either with given the perpendicular height or if you've got the slant height and what you need to do. Hopefully this has helped.